Hey, I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm out at the park again. I was taking some photographs earlier, and it made me think of something that I recently wrote in my digital notebook that says, live your own dream. Now, I'm a person who has spent my entire life being creative in one way or another. I have gotten to do everything from early days of doing artwork, traditional artwork, photography. I was a dancer for a while, did TV commercials, was a vocal performer. I'm still a DJ. I got to be a reporter for Disc Jockey News, all these different things. And I am getting near retirement, and I realize that I've gotten to live a life that most people would dream of, some people would fight for. And I just want to encourage you, wherever you're at now, it's never too late to kind of change gears. Now, you might have responsibilities right now that you have to take care of, but there's always something, and there is ways to kind of get around that and do something different with your life if you want to. Now, one of the things is that I have made transitions in my life quite a bit, and most of the time I was kind of forced to. So I aged out of being a dancer, and I aged out of being a vocal performer, and I aged out of being a club DJ, and all these things kind of kept taking me in a different path. And I'm on the one now where I'm working with YouTube and doing cameras and doing different things like that, and it is something that I think that I can continue doing well into my retirement years and possibly beyond. So when I say live your own dream, I know some people are going to hear that very negatively, and some people aren't even going to want you to hear that because they're going to say, do this. Your parents might say, I want you to be a doctor, I want you to be this, I want you to be that. And there's nothing wrong with trying to achieve those kinds of financial stabilities in your life. But there comes a point in life where you kind of have to figure out what you want and who you are. And that's what I want to encourage you, that it took me a while and working several day jobs that paid very well that just didn't fit me. They made me miserable, and it took me to long time to realize that this is the life. Even though I don't make much money doing this, having a free day like today is a Thursday, just going out to the park and filming some stuff and having some fun, but yet still being able to pay my bills, this makes me very happy. Now, I'm by no means telling you to quit your job. I'm by no means telling you to disobey your parents. What I'm trying to do is saying that you will have to figure this out, and it will take a long time sometimes. I say everybody, when they get around 30, 35, what they want out of life and all those kinds of things changes dramatically. Your view on life, the stuff that's important, all of that changes so dramatically around that time, and it changes again and again. Like, I spent pretty much 40 years of my life chasing the dream of being a DJ, and now I'm getting near retirement, and I'm really picky about the gigs I do because a lot of the pressure that goes into some of those gigs, some of the gear you have to take, how many people, if you make a mistake, an entire room full of people hear it. Especially some of the clubs I've done with thousands of people, you make a mistake, several thousand people hear what you did. And as I get older in life, I don't necessarily want to live that life anymore. So that's all this kind of comes down to, is to encourage you to find out what your dream is, what you want to do with your life, because you have to live it. You ultimately are going to have to spend the next so many decades doing these things. And I can tell you of a person who has worked day jobs for money, for all those things that are important, that they've seriously robbed me of mental health. They've robbed me of physical health. They've robbed me of everything because of stress and different things like that. So just take some time, figure out your life, and don't be afraid to pivot at some point. Like I said, even when you get older, you may have to pivot, and that's perfectly okay. A lot of people who, when they get to their retirement age, like I'm thinking about, make big pivots, and sometimes you have to do that. So I hope this helped. As always, until next time, take care, and God bless.
This video is sponsored by immj. For all my print-on-demand creations like t-shirts, mugs, posters, original photos, my book, The Creative Virus, or what gear I use, visit the shops on immj.com or my Amazon, eBay, or Etsy stores.